My name is Kerry Bennett, and I'm the director of the Academy level of the Young Artist Orchestra. I have known Junior since Junior was 11 years old. He always wanted to run rehearsal. Even when he was a beginner, he wanted to run the rehearsal. And he started talking about this orchestra he wanted to start. And he started an orchestra almost immediately. And it was great. And he would always invite Rick and myself, Rick is my husband, to the concerts, and they were unbelievable. They were of such a high quality. And then he asked if I would like to be a part of the Young Artist Orchestra. And I told him that I thought my strength is younger kids. You know, it's what I've always done. And I thought I could help get them ready for his orchestra. And that's sort of been my role. I do a younger group and try to get them rehearsing and get them ready for Junior's group. As a matter of fact, this year, he took like almost my entire orchestra. I was left with mostly brand new people. But that's the nature, you know, you build them up to right where you want them, and then you give them away. You don't teach music education to create professional musicians. That's not your goal. You teach music to, one, bring people joy, bring the kids joy, and two, to make them better people. You just want them to appreciate things because they're beautiful, you know, and to have good hearts. And music does that. But having said that, you're always proud of them when they do something wonderful with music. And Junior is a terrific musician. He's amazing. And he knows exactly what he wants. To be able to work with that is wonderful. I've grown a lot being a part of YOW. I feel like I'm a better musician, I'm a better conductor, I'm a better teacher, and it has helped me tremendously. Now, what does it mean specifically to work with Junior? I love Junior. I've loved Junior since he was 11 years old. So for me, it's like working with family. I'm so proud of what we do, and I'm so proud of the no charge. I'm so proud of the guests we have, the people we work with, the sectional coaches we have. I'm so in love with what we're doing. I can't even fathom a different goal.
So my name is Yuran. I'm called by Long Long. I played a cello. What was the other question?
I'm Henry Shelton. I play viola. This is my 4th year in YO.
My name is Viacon. I play the violin, and I have been in YO for 1 year.
I'm Lily Castillo. I play violin, and I've been in YO for 2 years.
My name is Annabelle Machow. I play violin, and I've been in YO for 2 years.
Addison Kennedy. I play upright bass, and I've been in YO for 3 years.
I want to be a pilot when I grow up.
I want to get into journalism when I grow up, and I think YO's taught me to reach out to people and not to be afraid to make new friends, and I think that's a skill that I'm really going to need in my future career.
I want to be an orthodontist when I grow up, and YO has helped me really become more responsible with my time and kind of manage like everything better.
I think YO has taught me to count more better. Like it's it taught me to count more better, during music. Yeah.
I think it helps with responsibility, with holding yourself responsible. Like if you mess up, but also because you have to practice your part. And if you're not being responsible, people will know you're not being responsible. So.
And I think YO taught me to always do 100%, always try my hardest with everything I do.
I want to be an airline pilot when I get older, and I feel like YO has helped me pay attention more to small details and be more aware of what's happening around me. as well as hearing issues within my own section and being proactive and trying to help solve the issues as quickly as possible.
My favorite YO experience probably has to be the summer programs because they have the mock auditions and it allows me to get more familiar with playing with YO in the community.
Going to China last summer.
My favorite experience of the Spitz Center is playing at the of the YO is playing at the Spitz Center.
My favorite YO memory is always like playing with the bands and the mariachi. It's just really fun to see how like the whole piece just kind of fits together.
Favorite YO memory, I helped record an album over the summer with YO, and that was awesome. And I got to listen to it a while later.
My favorite piece I've ever played in YO was probably during the China trip. We played like, forgot what it was called, but.
My favorite concert was probably the John Williams concert because it incorporated a lot of music that I really liked and all the different movies that he's helped.
The music of John Williams, because I just loved how the band and orchestra just played together.
YO 10th anniversary medley because it incorporates choir and then mariachi. It's just I've never played with those type of instruments before.
My name is Tristan Makaji. I play the viola, and I joined YAO in 2017.
My name is Carolyn Salvador Avila. I play the violin, and I've been in YAO since the second year that it was created, so the first year of Academy.
Hi, I'm Eric. I play the viola, and I joined YAO in 2017.
I'm Andrew. I play the cello, and I joined YAO in 2017.
In 2017, I was a sophomore in high school, and I actually joined YAO in 2016 and went to one rehearsal and ended up quitting, and then officially joined in 2017.
I was actually 11 years old, so it's been almost a decade for me.
I was just in high school, just messing around on the instrument, and I didn't realize that it was actually something I could do until I joined YAO.
It was the first year of the Academy Orchestra, and I only knew 2 people in that orchestra. And they were some of the best musicians I knew at that time. So I looked at their music and I thought, I could do this.
And I think before YAO, I was it was more of a hobby. I wasn't really practicing ever, and I just did it for fun. And now it's still fun, but it's also my profession.
I was always the kid that kind of would say that I practiced, but really I just spent like an hour fiddling around and not really practicing. But I would say that all changed the day that I came to a YAO concert.
I wasn't really excelling in my orchestra or in my music career. I was still kind of struggling, still learning, obviously. But YAO pushed me, and it really gave me something to be proud of.
Oh my gosh. YAO has been probably one of the biggest parts of my life ever since I joined. It's been 10 years, so it's been half my life.
YAO changed my life in a way that it kind of pushed me to meet new people, and those people were doing the same thing as I was. And I met some of my best friends in YAO.
The way in which I learned to love music is thanks to YAO.
So I just graduated from the Royal Conservatory of Music in Toronto in June, and I moved back, and I'm currently teaching at the YAO, playing violin and viola. And I'm fortunate enough that in the fall I will begin my studies in Sion, Switzerland, to do my master's degree in viola performance.
I am currently a pre-law, pre-med student at the university, and I plan on going to law school after this, hopefully Georgetown. My goal is to get a JD and then go overseas for an LLM. I'd like to practice international law, specifically international civil rights law, come back to town, become a prosecutor, and then run for office someday.
Right now I teach at Thurman White Middle School, and I kind of got that through YAO, just from being in the Academy Orchestra and meeting Miss Bennett, and she was so great to me. And I don't really know what I have planned for the future, but I know I want to pursue music because it brings me joy.
Right now, I study cellular and molecular biology at UNLV, and I have hopes of going into cancer research after I graduate.
I think what differentiates YO from other youth orchestras is the standard that we're kept at. I think it's really easy to kind of dismiss student orchestras because they're young and you think, oh, they're kids, you know, they can play at a lower level. But I think Yunior treats us like professionals. Therefore, I think he gets professional results.
YAO gives us a place where we can push ourselves beyond what we ever thought was imaginable because somebody else believes in us. And I think that's pretty great.
I think what sets YO apart from other youth orchestras is Yunior. I think that having somebody who cares so much about the program, cares so much about the community, and giving this opportunity to students who don't have the money to pay for an expensive youth orchestra, don't have the money to pay for expensive instruments. Yunior really opened up an entire world for those students.
Yeah, I would just like to thank Yunior for always providing guidance for us. I think what we do is extremely hard, and the path isn't always clear. And to have a mentor like Yunior show us the way, I think is really important. And I don't think I would have been able to get through my studies in Canada without Yunior.
I learned so much, not just about music, but about people, about the way things work, about the amount of work that goes into fulfilling your dreams. I learned that nothing is impossible. Truly, truly nothing is impossible, because when you set your mind to something, there is no limit. There's not a stereotype or a boundary that exists that can stop you from doing what you want to do as long as you put in the work. And I think I can say from the bottom of my heart that this is not an environment we could have found anywhere else.
My message to YAO is just thank you. YAO did a lot for me, and not only YAO, but Yunior as well. And he kind of showed me that not only could I play music for fun, but I could also pursue it as a career.
Thank you, YAO. Thank you, Yunior. And thank you to everybody that I've ever met in this organization.
Thank you to Yunior for believing in us, and to my fellow students, I would say don't take that for granted, because having someone in your corner who believes in you so fiercely and so matter-of-factly, it really makes you feel like it's true. Like, if Yunior believes that I can do it, he's telling me that he knows I can be better, so I can be better. I just have to put in the work.
Hi, my name is Yunior Lopez, and I'm the founder of YAO.
Is really have your arm like sit on the string. Accent, like just sit on it. Like you're pulling it, okay? Good? Here we go.
When we started YAO, it was very last minute. And I'm not going to get into that story. That's another crazy story. But we had to really pivot and move quickly to get the program running. And we were able to partner up with an organization at the time. They're still around, a great organization called New Vista. And they had their offices attached to this abandoned thrift store, I think. I don't remember if they bought the building or whatever it was, but they had the space that they really weren't using, and they opened that up for YO to start rehearsal. So we would go to this abandoned thrift store and we would do our rehearsals there. And you know, back then that was 22 students. As we got going and when we saw how active, engaged, and hungry those students were, it really set YAO off. You saw other kids that wanted to be a part of it. The concerts were always packed. And by the end of the year, you know, we went from 22 students to 100 students. It was very quick. And, you know, you fast forward to now, you know, the big difference is we started as a chamber orchestra. We quickly developed into a small symphony. Now we're a very big symphony. The last, I think, 4 or 5 years, the symphony has had over 80 students, you know, usually around 86. And Academy, which was founded, was created the second year of YAO. Academy usually has average about 50 students. So, you know, it's changed. We've focused more on cultural projects. Obviously, you know, we have the One Night in Havana, the incredible mariachi project that we did. We did a rock project this year. We've done the hip hop project. We've done a jazz project. So the program has developed into, you know, being able to do more outreach, more collaborations with various artists in various musical fields, where back then it was just very strictly classical, right? But I'm so happy with the way the program has developed, and I think it's going to continue to grow and develop further. The inspiration for the program being tuition free, that's an interesting one. Well, I always go back to my childhood, and you know, my parents immigrated here from Cuba, and you know, they had their ups and downs, obviously getting used to a new country and a new way of living. And one of the things that I remember growing up was how easy it was for you know, extra activities outside of school to put financial strain on families. At least it did for my family. And I remember times not being able to take lessons. I remember not being able to participate in certain programs because money wasn't there. And that's something that really stuck with me. And I never wanted money to get in the way of someone's education. And so that's been really the core function of YAO, that it's tuition free, regardless if you have money or not. And it brings people together. It allows us to really focus on our students and what they're able to accomplish. Wow, the most rewarding part of YAO for me, let's take aside the music. As you know, I'm pretty hard, pretty pushy to the level I want to see. I have my ideas of how things should be and what I believe youth can accomplish. I think my favorite part is seeing the development of our students. Ironically, you asked me that question because you've been around YAO for a long time, so I remember you in the program. I don't know how old you must have been, but I've seen you grow up, and I think watching people grow, develop, mature, that's probably the most beautiful thing about the program. Thanks. Yeah. What is next for YAO? So I'm getting older. not that old, but I'm getting there, you know. And I think the next thing is I want to create an endowment that is able to sustain YAO and allow us to develop going forward. I think the endowment will be able to help us get our own building that we can make our own, where alumni, students can really come and engage with one another. And, you know, I think one day there's going to be an alumni that will go off, do great things musically, and maybe they'll come back home and they're going to want a chance to do what I did. And I hope that day comes and I can pass the baton to them. When I was a student, there was a teacher who told my mother that I would never, ever succeed in music. And, you know, that stuck with me. And it's really great because, you know, I don't need to go on this, you know, whatever success I've had, but I want our students to really understand that regardless of what anyone says, you can succeed in or out of music, whatever it is you choose to do. You can make your life however you want. You can succeed and achieve whatever you want. No one can stop you.
Unbelievable.
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 Okay, you have to channel it. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable! Thank you.
Did you hear that? Did you hear it? Unbelievable!